So you're building your smart home, or you're considering building a smart home. Are there any downsides? Any things that really need to be worked on? Yes. So as I started building my own smart home and I've started getting little appliances here and there, first of all, there's quite a bit of things that you don't consider right away. Some are obvious, like, these things start to get expensive and you got to replace like a lot of different appliances. But there's other things that necessarily you don't consider right away until you start experiencing more and more of the smart home. So here are some of the things that I think could be improved on and some of the downsides of having a smart home. It can be slow, like really slow. So one of the things that you probably notice right away is when you say, hey, insert Amazon or Google Home or whatever you've done if you set up a different setup, and the machines will come online, right? And if it's going to turn on a light, if it's going to do something like turn on a TV, and there's a bit of a delay there, right? Where it's listening to you, waiting to make sure that you're done talking, then sending the message, then activating the electronic device, turning on the light or whatever. There's a bit of a delay there, right? It's not as instant and immediate as you would expect it to be if there was a person you were conversing with. That delay needs to get removed because it is kind of an annoyance, especially when things start to stack on top of one another. You'll notice when you start to build these things called routines, right? Amazon and Google have their own version, but the problem with the routines is it is a list of things to do in a certain order, a sequence of events that you program for your smart house, right? When I leave the house, make sure the lights are off, make sure the doors are locked, make sure this happens, make sure this happens, right? A list of sequential events. The thing is, depending on what that routine is for, if you're actively present for it, it can be very slow than just doing it all on your phone very quickly and just, all right, put this on the TV, put this on this, blah, 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 blah. I have for example, currently, a morning setup. So it's not a big deal. As I walk through my house, I have different things trigger on a delay. But sometimes if you're trying to do something that just makes immediate sense, like, hey, turn off these lights. Okay, that is slow. And I know it's not my internet speed or my Wi-Fi because we're close to a gig here. So we know that's not the case. It has something to do with the way everything's set up. And like I said, there's a bit of delay just in the listening process. And what ends up happening is you end up having this new issue introduced, which is the yelling. But it is not the device that is yelling. It is you. It is you yelling because you asked it to turn off the lights, and it suddenly looks up the definition of light bulb and what that means according to Wikipedia or something stupid like that. And as a result, you're saying, stop, 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 right? You're trying to get it to stop talking, right? There is this situation where you are trying to get it to listen to you as it's talking. And unlike a person where you can say, wait, hang on, yada, 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 it will have to finish its statement before letting you chime in. So it's kind of bossy in that way. It's literally just going to go in a situation where it just completely ignores you, yada, 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 la, 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 as it continues to spit out whatever it is that you did not want to hear. And you just want to go on to the next task and turn off the lights already, or whatever item it is you're trying to do in the smart home. Some of this has to do with the AI system. And really, the AI, it has surprised me sometimes where it understands a variation of a command about, could you raise the volume on that? Who's playing this, right? All those sort of context clues based on the actual context of whatever it knows I'm engaging with it about a video, a song, or a device within the home or the specific room. Those are all great context clues, and sometimes it does a really good, surprising job, regardless of how you choose to frame the sentence. But other times, it's surprising to me how it doesn't understand or just have, even at the most simplistic level, a list of pre-built variations for some of those commands, right? So, for example, instead of like turning on the lights, there should be things like, oh, it's really dark in here. Can you turn on the lights, right? And also the trigger word, right? And I don't mean trigger word in any sort of like social justice thing. I mean trigger word in the sense of the having to say, and I know some of you have smart homes devices listening, so I'm not going to say the Amazon word or the Google keyword first, but it is very annoying to have to say that over and over and over and over and over just to get some things across, especially when you have a stacking situation where essentially it's like event bubbling, where it's just not even getting down there. So you start to say, yeah, right, no, right, and you're trying to get it to stop talking, and you're doing the next command, but then it's not listening to that command, and it can go over and over and over and over and over. Now, having said that, myself being a developer, I have a number of things that I would like to, build and customize for my own needs that would, I think, really help. In fact, I'll probably record and share some of those ideas and setups once I get more into it. But the first thing I want to try is getting into some more specifics of our situation, possibly with the Dexcom API. And if you're somebody who's interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. But thank you guys for watching. Those are some of my thoughts on the downsides, the negatives of the smart house. There's always the obvious, right? It gets kind of expensive. There's no good dumb solution conversion, right? There's no good solution for taking a old dumb device and making it smart, other than smart outlets, which is pretty minimal when you start to think about it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.